Good morning. It is Funky Fresh Fridays. Good morning, everyone. We love Fridays. We had office hours at 5 a.m. Pacific time. We had Clubhouse at 6 a.m. We have IG Live at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And of course, training today is getting what you want. Getting what you want. If you want to get what you want, come join me 11 a.m. Pacific time on IG, on Clubhouse at 11:30 for Q&A of that. Just join me. We have over 50,000 people registered. If you're not registered, you can join me, David at dmeltzer.com. They can put the link in there. Colleen, hey, seuss, how are you feeling? You didn't text me back. Hoping you're feeling well. Jeff, the entrepreneur, thank you for joining Marshall and I. Great questions on there. Keaton, an incredible Keaton. Chris, great to see you as well. Welcome, everybody, joining us here on IG Live for Friday. I'm going to pin up here my email in case you want to join us for training at 11 a.m. Pacific time today. It must be a summer weekend. We got to get going here. Let's ask a few questions. Add them in there if you like. Here we go. What are some important questions to ask yourself in order to grow? Well, I use the 5 daily practices. I ask myself, what do I want personally today? What do I want experientially today? What do I want to receive today? What do I want to give today? And if I know my what, my who, my how, I can determine and prioritize my now and apply my why. And if you want these 5 daily practices, we would love to give them to you. David at dmeltzer.com. Ebook, audiobook. I will sign a book, send it to you, pay for shipping. I pay for everything. Not a problem. David at dmeltzer.com. Welcome, everybody. Let's keep the questions coming. Here we go. What are your tips to being financially literate? The first one is ask for help. The second is determine after you receive the help from people who sit in a position that you want to be in, to know your timing and risk tolerance. Once you know your timing and risk tolerance, you can assess every investment that you make. Once you know, but you can't know your timing and risk tolerance unless you ask for help. Find at least 3 people that sit in the situation that you want to be in. Get their varying opinions as well as the dependent variables that they all have, and you can start elevating your awareness and seeing the truth and making your life easier than ever. So great. The questions come in. Let's see here. How do you deal with a feeling of unworthiness, which everyone has, when you have so much potential in front of you? Well, whenever I feel any ego-based consciousness, especially worthiness, I tell myself, I am worthy. I am healthy, happy, and wealthy. What am I doing to interfere with it? See, if you shift your focus on what you're doing to interfere with your worthiness, instead of thinking you have to go feel worthy or go get worthiness, you'll check that out. Felix, I'll be with you in a couple minutes. We're going to bring Felix on here. Felix _ Saul, Levin, Felix Lahaye. He is the CEO and founder of United Esports Group. As a founding investor of Overactive Media, it's exciting to have him on for sure. I'll be with you in 1 minute. Let's take one more question as we go. Everyone is worthy, wealthy, healthy, and happy. What are you doing to interfere with it is the key component. The shift in your perspective that will change your life, because it's an acknowledgement, meaning it acquires the knowledge that you are already connected to the greatest source of light, love, and lessons, all coming through you with appreciation, the ability to add value to others. What's the most recent thing that you've manifested to come to life? Probably Office Hours, the TV show. Still pinching myself that actually happened last week. Our late night entrepreneurial show will be seen on Bloomberg and on Amazon, and we have the biggest stars, billionaires, millionaires, entrepreneurs, celebrities, athletes, and entertainers. So many extraordinary minds. I can't even remember all of them. You know, they range from Jack Canfield from Chicken Soup for the Soul to Cameron Diaz to Sadhguru to Paulo Ono to Rob Deerdeck. Every genre of successful person joined us. Tom Bilyeu. The list goes on and on and on. It was incredible. Come join me, David at dmeltzer.com. Can't wait to watch myself. All right, let's bring my friend Felix in here. I love talking esports. I'm the old man of esports. Let me grab Felix here. Just arrow back a little bit and find where he is coming on. Sorry, Felix. If here we are, I found it. Oh, Felix, can you upgrade your IG? It's not letting me join you, so go ahead, upgrade your IG. My team should have been on this, so we'll talk about the United Esports Group as soon as Felix. Here he goes. We'll try it again. He's right there. Yeah, you got to update your IG. Jake or someone, could you reach out to Felix and have him update his IG? It won't let me join him unless he has an updated version there. But we'll keep taking questions. Thank you so much. All righty, here we go. Any new books that you have been reading or would recommend? Well, I always read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I always listen to The Power of Intention with Wayne Dyer. I read The Course in Miracles every single day. The latest book that I'm reading, and I read at least one a week, is The Winning Book, and I'm almost done with it, by Tim Grover. And so being able to do that has helped me. Here we go. Thank you, Felix, and thank you, everyone, for your patience as we build and grow here. It's Felix Lahaye. There he is. How are you, Felix?
Hey, David. How are you, man?
I'm amazing, man. Thank you so much for joining me.
Of course, I'm happy to be here.
Well, you have worked within similar confines of thought leadership and innovation, and now we somehow have ended up in esports, and would love to talk about the media firm that you have with United Esports Group and what you see in the influencer space, the marketing and media space of esports.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know the space well. I mean, it's to me, what's most exciting about esports and gaming is how culturally important it is, right? And it is the fact that, I like to say it's the new rock and roll. People compare it to many different important cultural events. I used to work in rock and roll when I had more hair and I was a much younger man. So, I love the fact that esports and gaming as a culture transcends the games themselves to really be that extremely impactful cultural phenomenon for Gen Zs, of course, millennials, and the generations under too. Yeah, so that's what I like about it. When we talk about talent, influence within it, of course, it is a phenomenon that affects, or cultural phenomenon that affects the youth, and as such, you see that there is a passion for digital celebrities. The main platform being Twitch, but across all social media, across the digital space, it is an extremely it's an extremely media rich environment, basically.
Yeah. And one of the reasons why rock and roll and esports have the similar trajectory is that it's applicable to everyone.
That's right.
And it may have started with younger people like rock and roll, but man, woman, child, age, sex, creed, height, it's the great equalizer. It's so applicable to everyone, and it has the same emotional attachment that people just enjoy and always have, right? They've enjoyed gaming and video gaming. And look, I think I'm one of the, middle-aged guys that sat there and go, who the heck would watch somebody play a video game? But then I remember, in the early days, the I call it the Supercade days, because that was the name of the local arcade for me to, go play Galaga and Donkey Kong and all the amazing games that we got to play when I was young. But I was thinking about the hours that I spent standing behind my friends playing, watching them play Pac-Man. And it clicked in my head, oh, of course people like to watch people play video games. I was doing it for years.
People play. I mean,
yeah,
those
games sucked.
No, but it's true, man. I mean, you like to watch people play. I'm Canadian, so I like to watch the Montreal Canadiens, and at the end of the day, you're watching people play hockey. I like to play hockey. I like to watch people play hockey. And at the end of the day, esports are the same, narrative mechanisms, excitements than traditional sports. So I like it, and I think it's I didn't I'm sure you're very happy with your investment and presence in Overactive, one of the great Canadian organizations. I've moved to LA quite a long time ago now, but actually I'm in Canada right now. I'm by a lake, and I'm talking to you from Quebec.
There you go. And yeah, it was probably the most exciting investment that I made in 2016 with Marcus Colson and Meta World Peace and the weekends involved and Bell, and the list goes on and on now, how big overactive is. But it also pertains to marketing, and
100%.
you've really spent in that space. And it took a while, just like for me, to re-engineer my vision for the more traditional Fortune 500 companies, big brands, to come on board and understand, esports and influencers. You were very, very early in the mobile influencer space. What did you
Yeah.
see, that people like myself didn't see? And because you went all in, and it's paid off for you in the Insta brand open influence type of day. What did you see that really encouraged you to go all in?
It was just a shift of media paradigm. Back in the days, it was a full demo. I mean, now we all know, well, we're on it right now, but there was a full switch in the way people were consuming media and creating culture. There was a completely infinite split of culture whereby each influencer, each content creator could represent their own small piece of culture and have their inbuilt audience. So it was pretty interesting for us back then, because we would just go to brands and people would still say, that's like in 2012, people would say, I don't believe in social media, not I don't believe in influencers, I don't believe in social media. And we're young guys, so we would go and say, listen, we'll do you a campaign for whatever, $5,000. Brands that were used to spending 50 million say, sure man, you can have your $5,000. And they realized very quickly that there was this entire new way of reaching an audience. I mean, my one of my good friends always laughed that I spent my career trying to steal money from TV when I switched to esports. But it was similar, it's just a new way to reach people. It's a way that we knew worked. I mean, back then you would do one post, people would gain 10,000 followers. It was an extremely exciting and novel space that I'm very happy that I played a big part in growing it. I'm very happy to see a lot of the processes and the things we invented back then are still being used. So I always take a little bit of pride when I see something being done in influence and marketing and say, hey, we invented that. So I'm happy I did it, but I will say I have much more fun in gaming and esports.
Yeah, that's so funny. I was the CEO of the world's first smartphone with Windows CE device, and I do take a little bit of pride when I see big phones that are expensive. And talking about connectivity, I think we lost my friend Felix. If you can hear me, my friend, we've lost your video. It must be the Canadian connection. We'll call Rogers or Bell or whoever and let them know. At Felix_Sullivan. Nope, he's back.
I'm here. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, perfect.
Just cut out.
Last question.
I could hear you.
Yeah, I figured you could. Last question, though, real quick. You've had some award-winning digital campaigns as well. What was it about, the Fiat campaign in 16, the San Pellegrino campaign in 17, and the Bacardi campaign in 18 that made them so successful?
I think content. I mean, people always say content is king. These were really, there were still, especially in 16, a world where influencer marketing was people holding a piece of, whatever, this and saying, buy that. And then for Fiat, we had, skaters skate over the car, graffiti people doing things, but it was a very innovative time. So that's that. I'm very happy about what we just won in 2021. We won for Tampax and for Tide and esports, and it was that the Women in Gaming campaign was one of the most successful ones of the year. It was the most successful for P&G at that time, across all their verticals. So I mean, sorry, all the application of it.
Yeah, I'm on the board and a founding investor in the Queens Collective too, of all the women gamers, and we particularly love that campaign.
You worked with Christy.
With Christy and Elisa and Justin G, the old Vayner boys. So yeah, it's an incredible organization. I was so proud to be a part of it. Anyway, you are an innovator. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with next, and we'll be talking again about what you invented and how people are expanding and expounding. Real quick, Do you
Sure.
agree with me, or do you agree with me that this is just the beginning? We haven't even seen, this is just the tip of the iceberg, how big this is going to get.
Oh, mate. I mean, I think I say we're at the top or the bottom of the second. It's just that, the game has a bit of an identity. Yeah, esports is not a completely brand new thing, but I generally believe that esports is going to be, that North America is the only market where esports is only going to be as big as traditional sports. Everywhere else in the world, it's going to be bigger, and it's just attributable to generational shift. People are gonna, everyone that's Gen Zs and below, and even younger millennials already know it. So nothing needs to be done except the natural course of time, where a generation that's younger becomes more and more powerful and impactful. So yes, I
That's
cannot agree
right.
more.
The checks are already starting to be written. Thank you so much, Felix Lahaye, an innovator and innovator. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you soon. Take
Cheers,
care in
David. Thanks
Canada.
for having me. Have a good
You
day.
got it. Great job. All right, check them out there. Felix_Sullivan, unitedsports.com. All right, we're going to join my friend here, Amy. She is all set today. Amy Mallon, we are True Heart, and it is the first or one of the best, I think, social impact search engines available. Hi, Amy. Welcome.
Hi, happy Friday, David. Thanks for having me with you. I'm so happy to be here.
It was well worth the wait. Thank you so much for your patience. We're so excited to have you on. And obviously what you do is so aligned with my mission of empowering over 1 billion people to be happy, to allow people to make a lot of money, to help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Why is it so important for social impact to have a search engine?
Well, thank you for asking. That's a great question, David. We found that there are billions of people in the world with big hearts who want to make a difference, but they don't have the financial means to donate to charity, and they've been largely excluded from philanthropy. So Scott and I wanted to create a way to help democratize philanthropy and make it more inclusive. So we created a platform where anyone around the world can make a difference without having to donate money to charity. So if you have access to a mobile phone, a tablet, or a computer, you can join our movement. And when you search with us at trueheart.com, we donate 80% of our net profits to 6 best-in-class charities that are working to save lives, feed the hungry, protect the planet, promote animal welfare, fight for equality, and support our youth. It's a free and easy way to change the world with every search, because now your searches power donations to charity. And we're inviting people to take their power back and to consciously commit to having their searches online make a social and environmental impact.
And how receptive have companies and e-commerce been to the idea of creating an impactful search and the give back component of that search?
Yeah, so we're actually in the process of talking with companies big and small to make TrueHeart their official search engine. It's an amazing way to engage your employees around a give back opportunity that's free. It's something that everybody's doing on a daily basis. So whether you're searching for those cute puppy videos or you want to book a dinner reservation, everybody's always searching online. So this is something that just fits really nicely in companies' corporate social responsibility programs. And people are being really open and receptive to the idea.
And it seems to me, with blockchain, with segmentation in marketing, with the extensive volume of people that we have, that search engine would be the next step of customization. I built my own search.dmeltzer.com, so you could search every video that I've ever done and transcoded it into the written word, so it's easily searchable as well. Where do you see customized search engines like yours going? Will we see a lot more companies, charities, causes create their own search engines for these direct, impactful type of opportunities?
Well, I'll tell you, it's definitely a big undertaking. We worked for almost a year and a half to develop our TrueHeart Social Impact search engine. We partnered with Microsoft, so we white labeled Bing. They're the ones that are powering all of the results when you search with us. But they basically give you A, and then we had to go create B through Z. So everything else is really customized by our development team. And we really want to have an amazing user experience. That's important to us. So it's not just the give back component, but it's that when you search with TrueHeart, you get the same great experience that you get on any other platform that you search. And so we're constantly innovating, and we'll be rolling out lots of cool new features in the coming months so that there will be things that you can do on trueheart.com that you might not be able to do on any other search platform. And that to us is really cool, to be pushing the envelope and to be innovating, and also giving people a place where they can be giving back without having to take a dollar out of their wallets.
And it seems to me that it would be conducive to some sort of gamification as well when you have a closed environment with the impact, with the products, services, and solutions, and of course the search engine. It seems it would be easier or conducive to gamification. Are there any plans to gamify things?
David, you must be psychic. Without divulging some confidential information, that is definitely on our roadmap in a very big way. And we will be announcing something very exciting soon that we can't wait to share with the world. But great minds think alike. That's definitely something that hasn't been done yet in this space before that we're really excited to explore. And I want to say that one thing we're working on now that we're really proud of, our Save Lives partner is Smile Train. And we just launched our hashtag Search for Smiles campaign. We're so blessed to team up with our friends Brian Austin Green and Sharna Burgess to co-host that campaign for us. Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft. And if left untreated, it can cause potentially life-threatening difficulties, such as problems with eating, breathing, hearing, and speaking. And Smile Train has saved the lives of over 1.5 million kids around the world in the last 2 decades. So we're so proud to support them. And when you search at trueheart.com, your searches are powering donations to Smile Train and the 5 other amazing charities that we're supporting.
Well, it seems to me the most difficult part of the company would be to choose the 6 charities that you want to support, because there's so many great causes out there. How do you pick those charities? Is it based on, the amount of traffic they can drive, or is there some sort of emotional alignment that's necessary for the impact and sustainability or equality or inclusion? How did you choose the 6, and are you going to change the 6 up or just stick to the 6?
That's a really good question, David. For us working in impact for the last 2 decades, we've really paid attention to what we call a principle of the transparency of giving, meaning where we can see where every dollar goes to make a difference. And so rather than raise money for just general funds, the grants that we make to our nonprofit partners go to fund very specific Fund a Dream projects. So for example, with Smile Train, we're providing free cleft surgeries and essential treatment to kids in need. With Action Against Hunger, we're providing meals and essential services to families in over 50 countries around the world. And with our friends at Variety Boys and Girls Club, we're providing college scholarships to talented and brilliant kids in high-need communities. So they're very specific projects where we can show our community of users where every dollar goes to make a difference. And we report back to everyone with beautiful impact videos that we produce and photos of the results of our giving together as a community. So for us, choosing these nonprofit partners, there were some organizations that we've worked with for years, and there were others that we were huge fans of their work, and we wanted to support their missions. Those buckets that we picked, saving lives, feeding the hungry, protecting the planet, promoting animal welfare, fighting for equality, and supporting our youth, we felt were 6 causes that everybody can get behind. They're such important missions. And so for now, we've made a commitment to support our 6 charity partners for the next year. And then every year we'll change up our charity partners. And then also as our community grows, we want to add more buckets. So more amazing causes that we can support, because there is no shortage of amazing activists and visionaries who are doing incredible work to transform communities around the world. And we want to support as many of those incredible change makers as possible. Like you have this incredible goal of helping 1 billion people find their happiness. We have an amazing goal of donating $1 billion to charity with our community. So the more people that come join us and search with us, the bigger we can fulfill those dreams of our charity partners.
Of course, and I will not limit us either. You're going to over $1 billion, and I will do over 1 billion people. We're not going to limit ourselves. Amy, thank you so much for joining me. Go to @WeAreTrueHeart or trueheart.com. What a wonderful, winning, compassionate capitalist you are, making money, helping people, and having fun, and allowing people to change our world for the better. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me, David. Have a beautiful weekend.
You
Bye.
too. Bye-bye. See you soon.
See you soon.
Awesome. I love people that have the right thoughts about purpose. And as you know, the thoughts about your purpose are your purpose. And they're executing on those thoughts. I think I saw my final friend here, the CEO of Disc Golf Pro Tour. Love myself from disc golf, probably just blown up here over COVID. I see we have one here actually in my neighborhood. And I grew up in San Diego, so I'm very familiar, probably with one of the first disc golf courses in the country. Welcome, Jeff Spring.
David, thanks for having me. Excited to be on with you.
Well, let's start. Years ago, I put the founder or commissioner of pickleball on, and I didn't realize that not everybody knew what pickleball was. So let's start with disc golf. Explain to everyone the fast-growing sport, which is now partnered with ESPN, of disc golf.
Yeah, disc golf is a fast-growing sport, and we are on ESPN too. We've got a show coming out August 2nd at 8 p.m., so go watch it to find out a little bit more. But disc golf is just like traditional golf. Instead of a club being hit with a ball, you're throwing a disc with your arm. We have par threes, par fours, and par fives, putters, mid-ranges, and fairway drivers, as well as drivers. And overall, it's cheap, it's easy to play, and it's really fun and accessible. So we've got courses all over the country, easy to find on the UDisc app, but the growth has been incredible during the pandemic, David.
Well, it's also good exercise, right? You walk the course. You don't have to carry a bag, or at least a heavy bag. How many discs you get with? Is it 5 or 4?
You can have as many really as you'd like. Most people start with 3, just a putter, a mid-range, and a driver, and that's a great way to start. And it's free courses across the country. There are some pay-to-play ones, but the pros carry up to 18, 20 discs, if you can believe it.
Oh my gosh! And what's a pro score? What's a good score for a pro disc player?
Well, we did have a record-breaking performance at the Discraft Great Lakes Open a few years ago by a 5-time world champion, Paul McBeth. He shot 18 under on 18 holes, and they call it the perfect round. A great score is 10 under, so you can get further under par than traditional golf. And believe it or not, I'm here, if you want to look behind me, at the Great Lakes Open. We just started our first round today. We've got 1,000 spectators on site, and they're all excited to watch the pros play.
Well, I appreciate you reminding everyone why to live in California. When people complain about that, just look at my friend here, Jeff Spring, with the rain, although we will take some of that rain out here.
Right. Now,
just like in regular golf, people get better. As you get more and more players, of course, the exposure on ESPN2 on August 2nd, more and more people are going to want to play. Because it is fun, it's competitive. You can get a little bit of crap talking or gambling involved, which always makes for a great sport as well. But people get better at it, which means you have to change the courses. The nice thing about disc golf is it's a lot less expensive to change a disc golf course than it is a golf course. When you get the guys driving farther and more accurate on the mid irons and the putts, do you keep an eye on where these courses can get more difficult and how to make them either more difficult or longer?
Absolutely. Yeah, we work with our tournament staffs from across the country to assess every year, where to make changes, how to make the course harder. This course here in Milford, Michigan, just outside of Detroit, is called the Toboggan Run course. It's got a historic background where it's hosted a lot of U.S. amateurs. But it's got a great pro layout. They actually changed 3 holes this year, David. They made one about 100 feet longer, and they combined 2 par 3s into a par 4, which kind of just speaks to what you're asking about. We do evolve the courses every year, and I think that the pros can throw further and further every year as well. As we get more people dedicating their life to the sport and training and more, kind of development of the players, we're realizing that they're able to play for longer and throw about 600 feet accurately. So it's amazing how far they can throw with accuracy.
Yeah, more and more calculus books are being thrown away with esports and disc pro. I'm like kicking my kid outside, going, stop studying get out there, start practicing something. Paul
Right.
Macbeth signed a $10 million contract, which
Right.
is a great sign for the sport, because it takes money to dedicate your life. And when you have the aspect of being able to sustain your life comfortably by throwing discs, it's a huge advancement. I will tell you, my business partner is Hall of Fame quarterback Warren Moon. And when he left Canada to sign with the Houston Oilers, it was a big deal that he was the highest paid player with a $10 million contract. So if I would have told him years and years ago when he signed that contract that someday somebody would make the same amount of money for throwing discs, I'm not sure he would believe me. But how important is prize money and endorsement money in your sport?
Yeah, Paul's contract has certainly set the bar high. Prize money and endorsement money kind of work together to sustain the pros. It kind of all pivots around disc sales. Since the pandemic hit, we've had about double the amount of people playing, and the disc manufacturers are the chief sponsors for the professionals. So Paul's contract is with his disc manufacturer, Discraft, and 10 years, $10 million. They're already reaping the rewards because Paul basically sells more signature discs than anyone else. So, they could do, hundreds of thousands of dollars in disc sales even just this weekend here. This is Discraft's home course, basically. Their factory is not too far away here in Milford. And they're out, and there's thousands of people here to buy their discs. And Paul moves so many discs. So it's interesting you asked this question. I've kind of been debating as, the tour director to see, how big are our purses going to get versus the endorsement contracts. And it's in disc golf right now, the endorsement contracts seem to be outpacing the purses. Our biggest purse ever really was about $150,000 with $20,000 to the winner. When you think about that versus a $10 million contract, it seems of more and more fans coming out and paying for tickets, the purses are going to start catching up as well.
Yeah, and TV will always help. As much as some people discount the power of TV, I believe in the stage theory. When we put things on TV, we capture it, modify it, amplify it, and perpetuate it on social media, and you get an expanded and extended value. And now, is there also, besides disc, have you contemplated particular specific disc gear, like shoes and gloves and all types of higher nuanced things that I see always generating such great income for a new tour sport like yours?
Yeah, absolutely. The disc golf disc market has exploded. The manufacturers, we partner with about 7 of the leading manufacturers in the world. Out of the US, we also work with a company out of Sweden that creates a lot of discs, and they just can't keep up. So the discs are kind of the ultimate trading card. The golf ball isn't something that seems collectible, but with these discs, you can stamp, commemorative art on them. You can put the logo of the tournament on them, and a lot of people buy them just as collectibles, and they don't even throw them. So in that way, they're kind of like a blend between a golf ball and a trading card. And the disc market has exploded. It's not unlike what we're seeing with sports cards or sneakers, but you'll see collectors groups selling $500 discs pretty much every day. And I know earlier in the season, there's some collectible discs that went for thousands of dollars. One of our top pros, Simon Lazat, had somebody buy one of his discs for $2,700, and he donated that to charity. And it's just kind of astounding how this market keeps growing. So that's the main thing. But, there's a disc golf shoe company that just debuted. And there's a lot of disc golf apparel companies that are finding success in the marketplace now that there's more and more disc golfers. And there's this vehicle, not just the Pro Tour, but the national media that you talked about. And I agree. We have a great form of media here with some free content on YouTube and OTT subscriber network, the Disc Golf Network here. But at the same time, we have seen more and more, companies and corporations get involved once we hit the big stage. So it really does move the needle.
Yeah, we'll have to get it to David Disc. We'll have to get the Disc NFTs. You got to reach out to me, man. I got a lot of great ideas, help promote and accelerate what you're doing. Big fan of disc golf myself. I was one of the OGs in San Diego, close to Point Loma. We used to play, but it was basic with one. But we still had a lot of fun. And if I knew there'd be this much money as I got older, I want to win a law school. I just would have kept on practicing. Thank you so much for joining me. Everybody check out the dgpt.com Disc Golf Pro Tour at Disc Golf Pro Tour. Reach out to Jeff Spring. He's an amazing guy, amazing tour. They're all over. And more importantly, let's all catch it on ESPN. It's a lot of fun. August 2nd, 8 p.m. Check them out on ESPN2. I look forward to doing more with you, Jeff. Go ahead, reach out. Congratulations on your success.
Thanks so much, and thanks for having us, David. Big fan of your content, and keep on doing you.
Right on. Take care. We'll get the David disc going. We'll give it to charity. We'll get that thing made up. Thank you, Jeff Spring. He is a great entrepreneur and a great tour. Have fun in the rain. I'll go out and get sunburned today. I'm going to go water skiing and wakeboarding this weekend in the nice sunshine. That's why it's so expensive to live here in California. Anyway, I'm going to take one more question, and then everyone's going to join us for training in an hour and a half. Today's training is getting what you want. Getting what you want, in other words, manifesting everything you desire. Which Olympic sport do you think you would have the best chance of making the team? Do they have a debate team? Oh, what's my... Look, I'm built like a gymnast, right? So if I would have practiced as hard in gymnastics as I did in football, my body type, strength, and ability is aligned, very aligned with being a gymnast, as my youngest daughter has proven. She's an extraordinary tumbler and cheerleader. But yeah, I think for sure gymnastics would be it. Craig Siegel's, yeah, gymnastics. He'd be even better than me because he's stronger, lighter, better looking, and Craig Siegel, CLS Experience. Check him out as well. Thank you, Craig, for joining me. He'll be joining me for training like everyone else should be. David at dmeltzer.com. Reach out to me if you need me. Can you do a split, Dave? I can. And please reach out to anyone on my team. They have seen it. They have videoed it. I can do the splits at 53 years old. Colleen's here. She'll tell you. She's seen it a ton. Maybe even Jakey Bakey's seen it. Justin's seen it. Give me a thumbs up. Someone from my team that's seen me do the split to verify to Craig Siegel the splits. You could also ping my wife. Email me, David at dmeltzer.com. Oh, there we go. Colleen gave it to me. 53 years young. Dave Meltzer, verified by Colleen that I can do the splits, and confirmed by Jakey Bakey. So you never know what you're going to get. Don't judge. Oh, thumbs up from Justin. Everybody's coming through. I see Matt with a thumbs up. They've seen it. I do need a couple drinks before I do it. So everyone at the holiday party knows I can do the splits. Jesus, Mikey, everybody's coming in. All right, what a great way to end. We're going to do training. It's split training today. I'm going to teach everybody over 50 how to do the splits. If you want to know, email me, David at dmeltzer.com. Or you can get my 5 daily practices, ebook, audiobook. I'll sign a book, send it to you, ship it to you, maybe even send you a video of me doing the splits. We have it for you, Joseph. Don't worry. Training starts in about 2 hours and 20 minutes, how to get what you want in life, how to manifest what you want. I want to thank all my guests, the amazing Jeff Spring with the GIST tour, of course, Felix, my friend with the United Esports, and don't forget Amy, unbelievable, trueheart.com. Thank you all. Remember, most importantly, everyone, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. I promise it'll make your life a lot better. Take care.